is at Haas. Lived in Cleveland all my life, although I went out of town for school. I grew up on the west side of Cleveland, West 50th Street. And then when I was about 5 years old, our family moved to a house on Lorraine Road. Both of my parents were very loving people. And I sort of assumed that this is the way it was for everybody. But after a while, I got to see that, no, I am really lucky with these two people. So I had a wonderful childhood. If I really wanted something for Christmas, all I had to do was nag about it for about 5 minutes. And I was sure I was going to work. Yeah, then I was sure I was going to get it. And then my sister came along 5 years behind me, and my brother 13 years behind me. But despite the age difference, we were all very close.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is a blessing.
Yeah.
They didn't try to educate me or raise me or never gave me any advice. They just were good to me and sort of showered me with love. And they had the utmost confidence in me. My mother used to say, you know, you're going to be a great man someday. I just know it. And I thought, well, this is Mom talking. You know, I don't want to smash her dreams, but I don't think that's going to happen. But she said, I remember after you were born, it was a very difficult labor. I mean, look at it, didn't have multiple sclerosis, because it was a long labor, and you know they were worried about me, but it worked out okay. So my mom said that doctor said the Lord saved that child for something, and she said, you are going to be a great man. I know it because the Lord saved you. That puts a lot of pressure on you.
Did you go back to your mom and thank her for that speech?
No, I just knew I wasn't going to let her down. I wasn't going to fail.
Did you ever go back and tell her that how motivating that was?
No.
No.
No, I should have told more people what they did for me.
Yeah.
From an early age, I had a feeling of I don't want to ever let anybody down. That was probably my biggest fear. When I was about 12, I developed rheumatic fever, and I had this doctor that took care of me, Dr. Novitz, and he was a perfect doctor. Immaculately dressed, well-groomed. You could eat off his shoes. And our pediatrician said that he's developed a heart murmur. I want him to see this young internist and see what he thinks we should do about his heart. So I got introduced to Dr. Novitz, and I thought, oh man. Besides of being perfectly dressed, he had this black Cadillac. He had everything I pictured a doctor having. So hero worship set right in there. And I think that had something to do with me wanting to be a doctor. We're all born with good or bad traits. I think if you recognize a good trait, you try and nurture it. If you have a bad trait, you try and sublimate it. Boy, you're asking some very good questions.
Thank you.
But I paid attention to everything they said. If they had said that the world was going to end tomorrow, I would have packed my bags and been ready for it. I just had that much confidence in my parents. And I realized when I compared my life to my friends, my very good friends, I think I've already told them everything they're going to have to know. You can learn a lot by listening to other people and watching their mistakes. Your integrity is your destiny. There's a lot of wisdom there.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked that. Know your weaknesses before you can exploit your strength. And if you know your weaknesses, you can work on them. If you don't acknowledge them, you're not going to do anything about it.
I really enjoyed talking to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
We're
you.
wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up.
Okay.
It's a wrap, as they say in the biz.
I'm good.